How many hours have you spent scrolling today, searching for something to fill the emptiness? What if I told you that the answers you're looking for aren't in your feed, but in the stillness you've been avoiding? Let me ask you something. How often do you pick up your phone, open an app, and start scrolling? You're looking for something, aren't you? Maybe it's connection, maybe it's distraction, or maybe you don't even know. But what if I told you that every time you scroll, you're conditioning your brain, rewiring it to chase stimulation instead of transformation? You see, the brain is a magnificent instrument. It's designed to evolve, adapt, and create. But it's also a creature of habit. Every swipe, every click, every moment of endless scrolling strengthens the neural circuits of distraction, disconnection, and craving. Your brain starts to believe that the next notification, the next post, the next reel holds the answer to what you're truly searching for. But let me tell you, it doesn't. What you're looking for can't be found outside of you. It's not in your feed, it's not in the comments, it's not in the likes or the shares. What you're truly searching for is already within you. It's the still, quiet voice that whispers when you put the phone down, when you take a breath, when you close your eyes. That voice is the divine within you. It's your connection to something greater, to the infinite intelligence that created all of life. And that voice, it's been trying to reach you, but you're too busy scrolling to hear it. Now, let me explain this scientifically, because this isn't just about faith or spirituality, it's about how your brain and body are wired. When you spend hours on your device, your brain floods with dopamine, the neurotransmitter of reward and pleasure. But this dopamine hit is fleeting. It's shallow. And over time, it leaves you feeling emptier, more disconnected, more unfulfilled. But when you pause, when you listen, when you tune into that stillness within you, something incredible happens. Your brain begins to release a different kind of chemical cocktail. Elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and awe begin to flood your system. Your heart and brain start working in harmony, creating a state of coherence. In this state, you don't feel lack, you feel whole. You don't feel small, you feel infinite. And here's the most important part: this coherence connects you to the field of infinite possibilities. In this space, you're no longer just reacting to life, you're creating it. You're no longer searching for answers outside of yourself, you're downloading wisdom directly from the source. That's the voice of God or the universe or higher consciousness, whatever name resonates with you. It's the part of you that already knows the way, but it's been drowned out by the noise of the world. So I invite you to stop. Stop scrolling. Stop numbing. Stop running. Put the device down and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Feel the stillness. That stillness is where transformation begins. That stillness is where creation happens. And that stillness is where you'll find what you've been searching for all along. Now is the moment to listen. Not to the world, but to the divine within you. And when you do, you'll discover something extraordinary. You were never lost. You were just looking in the wrong place. So stop scrolling and start listening, because God, or whatever you call that infinite intelligence, has been waiting for you to pay attention. You said, have you ever paused long enough to notice the subtle pull within you, the feeling that something is missing, that there's more to life than what you're experiencing? You might not know it, but you've been answering that call with every scroll, every swipe, every moment you seek distraction in a digital world that promises connection but often delivers emptiness. But the truth is, what you're looking for isn't out there. It's within you. Today, I'm not here to tell you to abandon technology or unplug entirely. I'm here to invite you to listen, because in that stillness you've been avoiding lies the most profound answers to your deepest questions. In that silence, you'll find a voice that's been waiting to guide you all along. The science of distraction. Let's start with what's happening in your brain every time you pick up your phone. Your brain is an electrical and chemical masterpiece. Every thought you think sends signals through your neural pathways, reinforcing patterns, habits, and behaviors. When you scroll through social media, your brain is flooded with dopamine, a neurotransmitter that gives you a fleeting sense of pleasure. But here's the thing about dopamine: it's designed to reward survival behaviors, not endless stimulation. Over time, the constant hits of dopamine dull your brain's natural capacity to feel joy, connection, or meaning. You become addicted to the next swipe, the next notification, the next meaningless interaction. And all the while, your brain is rewiring itself to chase external rewards rather than internal fulfillment. Now think about this: if your brain can be conditioned into patterns of distraction and disconnection, what else could it be trained to do? What if you could rewire your mind to experience profound love, gratitude, and purpose instead? What if you could teach your brain to tune into a different frequency, one that connects you directly to the infinite intelligence of the universe? The power of stillness. Let me tell you a truth that science is just beginning to understand: your mind is more powerful than you've been led to believe. When you quiet the noise around you and turn your attention inward, you activate a part of your brain that has the potential to create extraordinary change. This is the frontal lobe, the seat of your highest thinking, your imagination, and your ability to create. When you sit in stillness, when you meditate, when you focus your energy inward, this part of your brain lights up. It begins to synchronize with your heart, creating what scientists call coherence, a state where your mind and body work in perfect harmony. And in this state, you're no longer reacting to life, you're creating it. You're no longer a victim of your environment, you're the architect of your reality. This is where miracles happen. This is where you connect with the divine, listening to the divine. When I talk about listening to God, I'm not referring to a voice outside of you. I'm talking about the part of you that already knows. The part of you that is connected to infinite wisdom, infinite love, and infinite potential. Call it God, call it the universe, call it higher consciousness, it doesn't matter. What matters is that this presence exists within you, and it's waiting for you to tune in. But here's the challenge: you can't hear it when you're distracted. You can't hear it when you're scrolling. You can't hear it when your mind is consumed by fear, worry, or the chaos of the world around you. You hear it in stillness. You hear it when you create space. And when you listen, it's not just guidance you'll receive, it's transformation. Rewiring your brain for connection. So how do you begin to listen? How do you rewire your brain for connection instead of distraction? It starts with a decision to prioritize your inner world over your outer one. It starts with creating a daily practice, even if it's just 5 minutes, where you put the phone down, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. When you do this, you're not just meditating, you're retraining your brain. You're teaching it to stay present, to find joy in the moment, to connect with the divine within you. Over time, these moments of stillness add up. They begin to reshape the neural pathways in your brain, shifting you from a state of survival to a state of creation. The energy of elevated emotions. Now let's talk about emotions. Your emotions are powerful tools for transformation. Elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and joy don't just feel good, they change the chemistry of your brain and body. They create a magnetic field around your heart, one that aligns you with the energy of the universe. When you cultivate these emotions during your moments of stillness, you're not just changing your internal state, you're changing the way you interact with the world. You begin to attract experiences, people, and opportunities that align with this higher energy. You become a creator, not just a consumer. Breaking the habit of being yourself. Here's the truth: the person you've been, the one scrolling endlessly, seeking fulfillment outside of yourself, that's not who you are. That's a habit. And habits can be changed. The brain is neuroplastic, which means it's always adapting, always learning. But change requires awareness, intention, and practice. When you stop scrolling and start listening, you're breaking the habit of being yourself. You're stepping into a new identity, one that is aligned with your highest potential. This isn't easy, it takes commitment and courage. But every time you choose stillness over distraction, you're choosing a future that is guided by love, not fear. Conclusion, the call to transformation. So I'll ask you again, how much longer will you keep scrolling? How much longer will you let the noise of the world drown out the voice within you? The answers you're searching for aren't out there, they're here. They've always been here, waiting for you to listen. Stop scrolling. Start listening. And watch as your life transforms in ways you can't even imagine. Because when you tune into the divine, when you align with the infinite intelligence that created you, anything is possible. You're not just here to survive, you're here to create. You're here to live, you're here to listen. This can be expanded further with additional stories, metaphors, scientific studies, and practical exercises for achieving stillness and rewiring the brain. Let me know if you'd like to explore any section in more detail.